This program is brought to you by the Media Liberty Alliance Foundation in cooperation with OBBM Network TV, bringing citizen-led, creative local media to the forefront of local communities to foster a greater understanding of constitutional liberty and appreciation of what makes us truly free, starting with you and me.
The Zach Rateliff Show is brought to you by Mortgage Financial in Texarkana, Exceed Health Clinic on Mall Drive in Texarkana, Elmwood Custom Goods, and Church on the Rock, Texarkana. That's churchontherock.org.
A chaplain in a Georgia jail shared about God's love with the inmates. Over 100 inmates prayed to dedicate their lives to Jesus, and 45 were baptized. The sheriff said having family witness this is great accountability. They've not only made this commitment to God and themselves, but made a commitment to walk a different path. Every jail in America should be doing this. I'm Pastor John Miller. Visit me at churchontherock.org.
Hello and welcome to the Zach Rateliff Show. I'm Zach.
I'm Steve.
Hey, Steve.
What's up?
Welcome back, Steve. It's been a while.
It has. I think the last time I was here was I don't remember.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
yeah,
the 19th of something.
Sure.
All right. Well, let's jump in. For those of you new to the show, Steve is a frequent flyer around here.
I was.
You still got the number.
Do I really?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
You and our premium listener, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so for those of you that are new, though, we've got a few principles to stick to. Number one, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. He is the only way to heaven. Yeah, Steve, too. Number two, I want to be a good dad. And number three, I want to be a good son. Everything else that I will do will try to fit in I'll try to make it work with those. If it doesn't, I'm generally not for it.
Out of here.
Yeah. All right. Let's just, we're just going to go through articles. We don't really have anything planned, which I know, not a surprise for anybody that's ever listened to this show. We're going to start with Eric Doherty on X.com.
Is that really how you say his last name?
Doherty? I don't know. I've never heard it said. So I'm just
looks strange.
Yeah, right. Wow, he says, pro-Democrat, pro-Democrat California council candidate Desiree Lynch has just been arrested for fraud.
What?
Yeah, it's on top of the long list. I'm sure you heard the show yesterday. The long list of Democrats that I read through that are all been arrested for fraud.
That never happens.
No, I know. Then MJ Truth Ultra says, I'm just going to read these till you have a witty comment. Can someone please explain to me, like I'm 5, if this is legal? Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass says any donation towards her campaign will be matched via taxpayer funds.
Okay, what? Say that again?
So if you donate to Karen Bass's mayoral campaign, she's going to match it with taxpayer funds.
You know, every time I hear explain it to me like I'm 5, I think,
okay, so what's going to happen is...
Right. These Democrats just do...
Listen, the thing is, the sooner we realize that we live under, in Texas, we have a bifurcated justice system, which means it's the Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals. But we have a bifurcated justice system in the country itself. When the conservatives that do something wrong, they face the consequences. When liberals, especially far leftists, do something wrong, they're celebrated.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This from Nick Sorter. This is out of Frisco. Remember where the guy went on to the high school campus during the track season last year and stabbed the guy and murdered him?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the year before last. Holy crap, he says. Carmelo Anthony's girlfriend told school officials the morning of Austin Metcalf's murder about Carmelo stalking her while he sent texts fantasizing about murder. Yet, remember, they hit him with a whopping sentence, though.
Of?
35 years.
Oh, so he really did get a sentence.
Yeah, 35 whole years for murdering somebody.
Which means he'll be back out on the street when?
35 years from now.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, I don't think so. I think it's sooner.
What is this? 1 year? What? A year and a month? No, it's not right. A month and a day for the number of years you get. So 35 months and 35 days. 36 months. So 3 years. He's up for parole.
So here's what Nick Shorter says. Yeah, I think that's right. There is a text message where he fantasizes about stabbing someone and licking the blood off the blade. I'm low-key on the verge, Anthony said an hour before stabbing Austin Metcalf. The prosecutor just revealed that this info in court as Camarlo's team pushes to get a retrial.
A retrial to make it worse?
Well,
I mean, it's premeditated now instead of whatever they're trying to call it. What are they trying to call it?
I don't know. Ridiculous. Why do we? Here's my thing. You know, when that first happened, they wouldn't say he was black, and they wouldn't do this. And then we don't want to make the race hustlers mad, and you know, And even, you know, I have family that lives in Frisco. I'm like, you'll hear about this kid killing this guy. They're like, well, we got to. I'm like, no, we don't need anything. He went into the tent and stabbed him in the chest. I'm like, I am not wrong for thinking that he. Now, if
and how many other kids running track that day, or how many of the support people for the whole thing, how many of them showed up with a 6-inch hunting knife in their pocket?
Not many.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can tell by my schoolgirl figure that I used to be a member of the track team.
If you say it, I believe it.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't run the runs. I threw the things, you know, discus and shot put, and I did run 100 one time.
Yeah.
Just because, why not? You know, they needed somebody to run. I'm like, I got you, coach. But you know, never did we carry a knife,
right?
I mean, just wasn't. It's just frustrating to me that because someone we don't want to make someone mad, that we won't just call it what it is.
Yeah, and you know that Kyle Rittenhouse that he killed 3 guys.
That murdering racist.
Yeah.
Oh, we can say that because he's white,
and because. I mean, I put it on Facebook when he was acquitted or whatever. I said, how many people learned right now on this post that he did not kill 3 black guys? Because it was, I mean, even Sky News, I think, or one of the news organizations in Great Britain put that he was acquitted of killing 3 black men. He wasn't. He was acquitted of killing 3 men, all of whom happened to be white. None of them were black.
Yeah.
Remember when George Zimmerman? When George Zimmerman got,
I do,
and he was called a white Hispanic,
yeah,
because the narrative was a white man against a black man,
right? It's
just Hispanic.
You know, one of my friends, I think the very first person I texted this morning was one of my very good friends, JB, who is just the black version of me, and I mean, truly, that's the case, right?
Yeah,
and like the first time I met his wife, I looked at him, I said, bro, don't bring her around me. You know, black women love me. You know, like, so I just don't understand truly why we keep giving into these race hustlers.
Well, if you know, there's been several articles lately that I've seen where someone is, they've arrested a man and he's described as white and he's black or Hispanic or something else, and just looking at him, he's obviously not white.
Yeah.
Now you can, I don't know how that works. I mean, you can identify as a woman if you wanted to. Would they put you in a women's prison? I mean, in some blue states.
Well, you're seeing that now with the WNBA. Have you seen all this?
Oh, with
there's 2 guys that come out and like, hey, we're retired from the NBA, but you know what? What's the one guy say? He says
Charlotte Barkley.
No, this one. Yeah, it's funny. This one guy says he's trans. When he considers playing basketball only for basketball, he considers himself a woman, right, and he wants to be drafted in the WNBA.
I think that's legitimate.
Hey, go ahead. You know.
Maybe raise their ratings.
Okay,
but
here's this.
Does he know that he won't get paid hardly anything, though?
I think his point is, he says if he attends that, well, I don't know if he says it. I've heard it said that attendance would probably go up.
Yeah.
From Bo Loudon, bombshell. Eric Swalwell is the tip of the iceberg. Ask me what he's talking about.
Hey, what is he talking about?
Eric Swalwell was just stopped at the airport a mere couple hours ago and all his electronics taken by the FBI, and the FBI raided his house.
Wow.
Why?
We don't know why. No, I said, wow, because he's not done anything wrong as far as I'm.
Other than the spy and being an idiot.
Yeah, sleeping with a spy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And passing
verified
gas
spy.
Passing gas on Mike while he was being interviewed somewhere.
And thinking that was funny. Good. I'm glad to see our FBI doing something.
Yeah, I think it caught him off guard. I think somebody said, did you know that when people get caught doing something treasonous, you're supposed to arrest them? And I think a lot of them went, nuh-uh.
Well, more than that, if we were going to follow the Constitution.
I know, and that's just so weird. Again, the justice system says that you arrest Republicans for things like that, not Democrats, especially not famous Democrats.
Yeah. Let's talk about Republicans for a second. Because they like it when we do that.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I just got called yesterday that I have a ticket to the Trumpathon.
Oh, I thought you weren't being serious.
I was being serious.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I texted you about that, right?
Yeah.
I'm being serious. Yeah. I was.
I just took it as your normal jive.
Right. Well, I do speak the jive, but yeah. Maybe I shouldn't say who on the air, but I was told, hey, I have a ticket for you for the midterm convention.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Tell them thanks for mine too.
And I have. Let's see. I have another Republican.
Yeah.
So Tammy Brown Rodriguez, who's been to the Bowie County Patriots several times, she works in the anti-trafficking world.
Big deal.
It is a big deal. She's really cool.
Yeah.
When they try to minimize people on the right, they call them something Barbie, and I forget what hers was. Like, redneck Barbie or things like that. She's a pretty lady. And her husband's kind of annoying because he's pretty handsome. He looks like Lou Diamond Phillips' younger, better-looking brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So anyway, she's awesome. And she does work in the anti-trafficking world. And that's how I met her, through the John Birch Society. But she's been to the Bowie County Patriots and spoken at least twice, I think maybe 3 times.
Okay.
She's been there. And she's just insanely busy. So last spring, late spring, when Alan West stepped down as Dallas County chair, she was appointed by the party. Someone nominated her, and they voted her in. She's a sharp lady. You can pick on her because she's pretty, but she's really sharp. And I've made some pretty cool acquaintances through her in that anti-trafficking world.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So she's going to be a speaker.
Yeah.
She's going to be the speaker on the 3rd of September. So
cool.
Yeah.
At the Patriots?
Bowie County Patriots,
There you
6
go.
p.m. Thursdays, Big Jake's Barbecue in Nash.
Big Jake's and Nash. Well, here's what I was going to say about Republicans, and it was nothing as kind and nice as what you had to say. The national debt has now hit $40 trillion. $40 trillion with a T.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Will you put it into your magic machine there?
Yeah.
How long 40 trillion seconds is?
Oh, it's a long time.
In years.
It's 113,000 years, I bet.
No, it's over 131,000.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never seen it.
131 years.
That's a
billion
trillion
seconds. So a trillion would be 1,000 times. Well, so the difference between $1 trillion and $1 billion is roughly $1 trillion. It's $1 billion and $1 trillion. The difference is 0.999 trillion.
Right.
Think about that. $1 billion. Think about that. Same thing for $1 billion. If you had $1 billion, you got to have 1,000 of those to be a billionaire.
Right.
And then you got to have 1,000 of those to be a trillionaire. So how many trillionaires we got right now? Is Elon Musk still the only?
I don't think he's made it.
I thought he did for a little while.
Maybe. I know they were saying he's close. Let's see, converting
we should just
40
say
trillion
he's-
seconds to years.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. So now we're looking at 40 times what we just said.
Yeah.
So what is it? Okay,
It's
hold on.
staggering.
113 million times 40. So now we're looking at 52 million years. Is that what it came out?
It's more.
I'm having trouble with this, carrying the zeros.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
just
it's a
remember,
lot.
we're $40 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
If that were seconds, that's 1.27 million years.
Wow.
like,
It's a lot,
some of us believe that the earth isn't even that old.
right?
Some of us don't believe that.
I believe that.
Yeah, I do too.
So
Anyway, my point about the Republicans is that, and this is MAGA voice on X's point too, had they taken the Doge cuts and we codified them and we really started working for the people, we could have stopped this or at least slowed it down. We're now debt per citizen, $116,000 for $116,483 in debt per person. But here's the trick, Steve.
yeah.
Because you asked, I heard you say, "Hey Zach, what's the trick?"
Well, I mean, I was thinking it.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
that was that long.
so it's $116,000 per citizen. But what's the trick, you ask?
What's the trick?
Yeah,
There seems to be something kind of sketchy there.
yeah. Well, now ask me, how much is that per taxpayer?
How much is that per taxpayer?
$360,000.
So wait a minute.
Because over 50% of people don't pay taxes
Wow.
of citizens. So don't worry.
Okay, I feel better that not everybody has to pay that. Just
I don't feel better about it at all.
buddy. I mean, it's
Oh, dang. I forgot to send my accountant my interest on something today, and she asked me to. I'm glad we had this talk. I'll remember now. Okay.
so. It's ironic that you lost interest in what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Well, because I have to pay my taxes because we're $40 trillion in debt. Why are we
It
even
depends on
paying?
you.
Why are we even paying taxes if we're $40 trillion in debt and we're gonna print all this money? Well, what's it even matter other than to control us?
Okay, so if we had this explained the Boone County Patriots years ago.
Yeah.
Can't think of the guy's name. It'll come to me.
Sam?
So maybe
Okay.
if they just print all the money they want to, which they're doing,
Mm-hmm. Quantitative easing.
inflation goes way up.
Yeah.
But if they can take what's the federal what's taxpayer contributions every year? Like hundreds of billions, maybe $1 trillion.
Trillion.
Yeah. So if they can pull $1 trillion back out, they put fake money in, and if you put the fake money in, you get to take advantage of that if it's your fake money, and all your buddies if you tell them about it. But then prices go up afterwards, and then so they're putting fake money in, but they're taking real money out that we worked for. It's not just printing zeros.
Yeah.
It's taking our money back away from us that's how that works. So it makes it so if you put in this much, but then, and I'm using my hands if you're not watching this a lot on video. So if you put in X and you take out 0.3X, the net increase of the money supply is less, but you still get to take advantage of the fact that you're just putting in fake money, that you're spending fake money, is what you're doing with it.
Thank you for the explanation.
Yeah. So it keeps inflation down, which they don't care about, but it keeps us from realizing how bad inflation is.
Right.
So if you go back and look at a silver dollar, in 1913 when the Federal Reserve came out versus now, it's not that silver has gone up in value, it's that our dollar has gone down considerably. Same thing with a double eagle, an ounce of gold. It used to be worth $20, and then Reagan said, "Okay, so now it's worth 50." But they'd already decided way back when that we're coming off the gold standard anyway. That's what Nixon did.
Right.
So if every dollar isn't tied to a piece of gold somewhere, then you can just print all the dollars you want. And so if you look at it that way, you can say that. So if you figure it was 98%, the dollar's lost 98% of its value.
Yeah.
It hasn't really. It has. That is the case. But that also means that 98% of our country's wealth has been pulled out of our hands, our pockets,
That's right.
me and you. It's been 98% of our country's wealth has been pulled away in the last 100 years or so.
Well,
And we still.
what year did you say it was? 1918?
1913.
1913.
Well,
Well,
Reserve and income tax.
here's the deal with that. In 1913-ish, a standard bar of gold would build you a middle-class house.
Mm-hmm.
In 2026, that same bar of gold
Yeah.
will build you a middle class house. So
Yeah.
the gold has not lost value.
A friend of mine bought a house,
Uh-huh.
like 1972, say. He bought it for 75, 78, something like that. He bought it for 10,000 silver dollars. He delivered 10,000 silver dollars
Uh-huh.
to the seller. He bought it for that. And then 20 years later, made a little bit more than that, I think, he sold it for, he specified, I want 10,000 silver dollars. And because the comptroller of the currency is responsible for keeping the price of silver and gold at an equitable rate with the dollar, he can say, I bought the house for $10,000. I sold the house for $10,000. Capital gains is owed on zero. But if he had, at that time, if he had bought the house for $10,000, silver or gold, it doesn't matter. And if he'd sold it for fiat dollars, greenbacks, if he had sold it for $170,000, then the government would have said, well, you owe capital gains on whatever the percentage of that was. So he would have, the house is still the house, okay, but he bought it and then sold it and then had to give a percentage of the house to the government. And so people say, well, I bought this house for $10,000 and I had an idea this place is going to go up in value. Yep. And so I actually sold it for whatever. If you don't hold on to it for a long time, you're not making a profit because the government took it.
I see that every day. All right.
You're regretting this, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, I put in the quarter. I have to listen to the whole song.
No, I like it. I just see it every day. I see people want to list their house or whatever, and they, hey, we've done this kind of work, and we put this into it, and they're like, don't put a swimming pool in. By the way, you won't ever get that value back.
Really?
You if you get half, you're lucky. And plus the risk factor with that, I feel like Ruben on Along Came Polly. Like there's a lot of risk factor, and that was the Ben Stiller character, by the way. Yeah. So, but you see it all the time. Like, well, I put $5,000 on the floors and put a new $20,000 roof on it, and I repainted it. Like, yeah, that's just called good maintenance. You don't get what the house worth plus that $50,000. Like, that's not the way that works.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've always wondered about that. Why would you spend $10,000 to make your house go up? Is it going to go up that much in value?
Now, look, I had one that we're under contract to close next week. Okay. And when we got it, it needed a full workup. Right. And so this lady spent, well, she might not be at $20,000 yet, but
wow.
And it was an estate type deal. And, but the amount of money difference that's going to be is it increased the value by $90,000.
No, that worked out well.
So, but I was like, hey, we can't do too much. We'll put new floors in, new paint, and then so the value was there.
That's good.
So it does happen.
So Thomas, I just found this recently.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson wrote a letter to James Madison, September 6, 1789. And he wrote two separate quotes. The earth belongs in usufruct to the living. USUFRUCT.
Mm-hmm.
That means its usefulness as of right now, more or less. The dead have neither powers nor rights over it.
Mm.
And you could say, I think he also meant the not alive. So dead people shouldn't obligate me. I shouldn't obligate people who aren't around yet. So he did the actuarial math. Again, Thomas Jefferson, brilliant. He wrote, 19 years is the term beyond which neither the representatives of a nation nor even the whole nation itself assembled can validly extend a debt. And he got that from mortality tables. Half the adults alive at a debt's creation will have died within 19 years. So that's what he thought. That's what he thought about debt. So instead of a 20-year debt, it would be a 19-year debt. That's interesting. Just a nice little piece of trivia.
Mort.
Yeah, dead.
It's debt. It's death debt.
Yeah, it means death. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's was that Latin?
Yeah.
Mort. Yeah, I think so. So it's against natural law, maybe a good way to say it. But indebting, putting our descendants in debt, would that be the same? Would that be okay if I wanted to, my daughter's 4 and I want to go back to college? Why don't I just open a credit card account in her name and use that to pay for college?
Working in banking for years, you saw that happen. You saw that happen.
So debt at that level especially is evil. So what do we do about it? I heard you ask.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, you were going to ask that, I think.
What you do about it is stop voting for these incumbents and these Republicans.
Well, that too. But a lot of that debt is unlawful. We're borrowing.
Well, but we're post-constitutional now anyway.
Yeah, but we want to go back. So that debt, is it lawful? Was it fraudulent? And there's an expression in the law that fraud vitiates everything, which means if this part of the transaction was fraudulent, the whole thing is negated.
The Constitution says that if you don't have to follow laws that aren't constitutional.
Well, there's that, but so the debt, I think, would fall into that.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think a lot of it does. So every bit of the debt that is owed to the Federal Reserve, I think it's legitimate to say that's canceled. Oh, by the way, Fed, you are too, because it's unconstitutional. There was no way to do that. Yes, there was a constitutional amendment, but it was unlawful. The amendment to have income tax was supposedly never ratified.
No. Okay, look up this name for me.
Okay.
Haley Schaffner, Arkansas.
I was about to pretend I knew who that was.
Perfect.
I might do it later.
Haley Schaffner. Schoffner.
Okay.
Who is she?
She's running for Senate.
What is she? Democrat? Republican?
It doesn't say on the first thing I see, so probably she's a Democrat. Yeah, it says Schaffner for Senate. It doesn't say anything about what party she is. That typically means she's a Democrat. Is she, though?
Well, I don't know, but here's the deal. I've been calling out Tom Cotton for being a Thune lackey for a good while now. Tom Cotton continues to gavel in.
I don't have enough lackeys, and some people have too many.
Some people do have too many.
Yeah.
I'll take a lackey, you know what I mean? Or maybe another lackey, but not a bunch of lackeys. But
what?
A lackey or another or a bunch.
I had a friend named Lackey.
Yeah. Anyway, so a new Arkansas poll, according to Angie
it doesn't
Pratt.
say her party anywhere on the front page.
I don't see it either.
Oh, she's running against Tom Cotton, so I know now.
Yeah. So a new Arkansas poll says Haley Schaffner leads Tom Cotton. And then Angie Pratt goes on to say, we told you, Tom Cotton, to quit being a Thune goon. We told you, Tom Cotton, to get the Save America Act passed. We told you, Senator Tom Cotton, to stop gaveling in Thune's pro pharma recess sessions. But you didn't listen. Now conservatives like me will never vote for you. They will be voting for someone else. I hope we don't wind up with
a lot of places.
Hope we don't wind up with a commie Democrat because of you. And that's what I would guess Haley Schaffner is.
A commie Democrat?
Yeah.
Well, she's standing out in the field. She's got on a hat that's kind of beat up.
Maybe she's not.
Where she's wearing denim.
Here's the deal.
Schaffner Farm Research Incorporated.
This is what I told our premium listener.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to have to rectify. I was talking to someone today. They're like, we're not voting for an incumbent because they don't listen to us. I'm like, well, what if we give, they're like, I don't care. I don't care. Burn it all down and let's start over.
We tend to go to sleep when Republicans get elected. So many people, when Reagan got elected, oh, we fixed it. We elected a Republican. No, we haven't fixed anything.
Right.
Or when George Bush got elected in 2000. And there, I am, I work with the John Birch Society. I'm a field coordinator, so I travel over a decent part of Texas, and I'm in touch with my counterpart in South Texas. We talk about this stuff a lot.
Louisiana.
And Mississippi, for that matter.
Yeah.
So, and I'm hearing that in Texas and Louisiana, that people are really tired of the incumbents because they get in there and they don't do what they said they were going to do.
They don't do it. They're never with us unless we don't need them.
Yeah.
That I can't stand it. And then if you say something that somebody doesn't like, they call, oh, I can't believe you're not going to support the Republican Party. The Republican Party hasn't supported me.
No.
The Republican Party hasn't done what it's supposed to do. The Republican Party stabs me in the back every chance they get. They hadn't done anything about taxes. They hadn't done anything about spending.
From the Democrats, because they say, they'll put you guys back in chains. You got to vote for me. That was Biden talking to some black people one time. So they're constantly ginning up fear against what the Republicans are going to do. You got to vote for us to keep that from happening. But they never say they're going to fix anything. But our side says we've got to do something about this. Vote for me.
And then they don't.
They don't. They don't do it.
And
how long have we been talking about property taxes in Texas?
Well, and then the thing with Democrats is they stick together.
They do.
Republicans will knife each other in the back.
Well, Democrats will vote for the Democrat no matter how bad they are.
That's right.
I mean, when John Kerry?
No, not John Kerry.
Al Gore.
Mm-hmm.
When Al Gore tried to force a massage therapist to have sex with him, she didn't come out immediately because all her friends were going, "Don't do it.
Yeah,
don't
easy.
do it.
Don't want to mess up his campaign."
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's what happened. And there was, every one of these little the stupid little cities they had, those little enclaves that they would put together in the middle of some town. You remember that? I forget what they were calling them, combinations or something.
I don't know what they were called.
Autonomous areas.
Yes.
Yeah. There was so many rapes in those things, and they were saying we can't report this.
In the zones that they were putting together in those cities.
Zones,
yeah, that's right.
And there was actually some murders that didn't come, that no one found out
no
about.
need. You don't want to hurt the party,
right?
Well, which is crazy. But we need these Republicans. Tom Cotton, if he loses, he deserves to lose.
Yeah, and you can say that for a lot of other candidates as well.
Well,
there's recently there was a press release. This is what I'm doing about data centers, and it didn't actually line up with what he actually had done already. He said, "I did this." Well, no, you didn't really.
No, that's not.
And all it was a sternly worded
and
note.
even the language in that note was like, "Oh, for these rural neighborhoods." Well, there's no such thing as a rural neighborhood.
Yeah, a lot of it. There's a lot of it. So I had a list of this. Oh my gosh! Remember how awesome it was when we found out that we were shipping illegals to sanctuary cities? Hilarious! That's trafficking.
Yeah.
Here's somebody that came across the border. It's illegal. It doesn't. You know what? If the U.S. Border Patrol says come on over and processes them and gives them a phone and $2,000, that doesn't make it proper.
Right.
And then if you take that person and say, "Hey, want to go to New York?" And that was part of the deal. They didn't make anybody go to a sanctuary city. They asked them if they wanted to go. Hey, do you want to go to New York? Hey, do you want to go to Martha's Vineyard? Hey, do you want to go to L.A.?
Well, Martha's Vineyard didn't put up with it.
I know, and that was hilarious because they all voted Democrat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's trafficking.
I mean,
let's use Texas taxpayer dollars
to traffic
to take these illegals to New York City. That's where they wanted to go anyway. How is that not trafficking? And so it was funny on the face of it. Well, I'm going to take all these illegals and take them to a sanctuary city. Well, how about you spend the however many hundreds of dollars it costs for the ticket and put them back in their country? So we have a lot of things that we talk about that never actually happens. Well, another thing they talked about was the Texas Doge. This is before, what's his name? The new Doge guy, the new comptroller.
Elon Musk? Oh, no.
In Texas.
Yeah. Don Huffines?
Yeah, Huffines. Before he took office, they were talking about, we saved a bunch of money. And they didn't really.
Is he officially in office?
Yeah, he got sworn in. The other guy resigned.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he had an opponent or not, but anyway, they appointed him. So the Texas version of Doge wasn't budget cuts, getting rid of things that shouldn't be there. They just made some recommendations. And then we talk. How many times have we been talking about property taxes? I mean, how many years have we been talking about property taxes?
Right.
And nothing has ever happened.
Yeah.
We talk about, there's a huge property tax cut. No one saw it.
It's all just a shell game.
And Republicans say, "Oh, well, he's a Republican. We got to keep him in office, or bad things will happen." Well, nothing good is happening. And I'm not just talking about Texas. It's all over.
It's
the
all
country.
across the country.
Yeah. So Democrats vote Democrat no matter what, no matter how bad their guy is. Give him a fourth chance. Give him a 20th chance.
But Republicans are like, we need some results. We need you to stand up for us. Go do what you're supposed to. Well, you don't, and I understand. If let's say you and I are, you're party A and I'm party B, and we're going to go to our made up state's capital and we're going to do this election thing and have a bill. And I'm like, hey, I'm -1 vote for this bill. I need you to come on. And you're like, hey, I've got some stuff that would also be good for your people. Can you back that? Yeah, people. We can make this work. Yeah. But that doesn't mean sell us out. That doesn't mean go completely against what we're for. So anyway, I just get aggravated about it. And then you got this, Eric Doherty. I don't know how to say it now. Now I want to hear it. Senate Leader John Thune. One of my interviews for next week is needing to reschedule. Senate Leader John Thune says it's time to attack Democrats and make the Save America Act a campaign issue rather than criticize Senate Republicans.
Oh, that's cool. Let's talk about this instead of doing it.
Yeah, that's what they don't actually want to do it.
Is that what you heard?
That's exactly what I heard. He says our message ought to be why the Democrats are completely out of step with the American people and why we need to elect more Republicans, which is what we were just talking about, so we can do things like the Save. We have enough Republicans right now to do the Save America Act. Yeah. This is the same dog and pony show. This is the problem. These people want to be in control because Thune figures he's safe. I hope he's not. I hope not physically. I mean, it's safe electorally. I hope he gets voted out. They're so. This is why the 17th Amendment has to go away. We need to repeal the 17th Amendment and leave senators up to the state houses of each state.
Yeah, let the state pick them.
Because once again, we're going to come out with, we got to talk about these Democrats. No, the Republicans won't do it. I know who the Democrats are. I could sit on this show or in any debate, and I could confidently debate as a Democrat. I understand the way they think. I understand what they believe. And I could articulate their points as well almost as I can articulate what I believe. The reason I couldn't do it quite as well is because in my heart, in my soul, I believe in freedom.
Yeah, after a while, you're going to throw open your mouth a little if you talk about the.
That's right.
And it might be helpful to say this as leftist versus conservative, because leftist is a very concrete thing.
Maybe that's right.
Yeah, and because I don't
think all Republicans are conservative.
Well, they're not, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you say, that's what the Bowie County Patriots, it's part of our little sign up there. It says constitutional conservatives. There have been people who have said, I'm not going. It doesn't say Republican up there.
Well,
that's dumb.
On that point, though, I will give a shout out to our local Republican Party because they've been coming. They've been showing up.
Have a little bit, yeah.
And I'm glad to see.
Yeah, they're there.
I'm glad to see that part of the
because we had 4 years ago we had Don Huffines, Alan West, and Chad Prather come running for governor. Come to our event before the primary, so you don't have to be loyal.
Yeah.
And hardly anybody from the county party came. This last year, we had Abraham George came a year ago, and so did Dorinda Randall.
Abraham George has been back since then.
Yeah, Abraham George was the state chair. Dorinda Randall was the vice chair, and they came last summer, a year ago. They came this summer this spring when they were campaigning. I talked to Dorinda yesterday.
Oh, okay. I saw her picture on some news article I was reading.
I saw her last Friday too. I happened to be in the same town as the SREC retreat, and I just dropped in, played like I'm supposed to be.
State
there.
Republican Executive Committee.
Yeah.
Our local party's doing better.
But our local party never came to those things. So I'm glad they're coming to the Bowie County Patriots.
I'm glad to see them
be there.
Yeah, and welcome them. And so I don't want them to think this is against them. It's just about the inaction of the Republican Party as a whole.
So I think some of the disconnect there is there's some people that it's their job, it's the role that they've chosen, that sometimes they've run for, they've sought election to promote Republican principles, and I think that's fine, but we have to also be willing to hold our elected officials accountable. And locally, they wouldn't talk about censure, even if it was deserved. And I think our county was the only one in our House district that didn't talk about that stuff.
It was,
but that it was other places too. There was others that were censored, and had their districts had the similar thing where one county just, no, I'm not talking about this.
Yep.
But it's one of the things that we come up with in politics is that elect me and I'll fix this problem, or elect me and I'll prevent this person from messing things up. And that's a talking point that you can use forever.
right.
Because our party doesn't fix things. And so the other side can say, it's because of me that they haven't, so you need to reelect me. And it's just a shell game. It's a uniparty. We don't have time to go into that, but it is. I mean, people can see, I think, that it's a shell game.
Because it's all about the money, and it's all about the power, and it's about the power, and it's about the money. I want my money back. Did you hear that?
I did.
I can't hear it.
Really?
Mhm.
It said, well, you know what it said.
Yeah. I wonder why I can't. Because I couldn't hear on a call on this early anyway.
I don't know.
We can get to that later. Okay, let's move on. MJ Truth Ultra. Boom, it says.
Yeah.
Brooke Rollins, the globalists are losing the war on meat. Yay.
Cool.
For the first time since 2018, we are now seeing a turn where cattle numbers are moving up in the USA. All right. This is good. This is especially good around here.
Yeah. We like our steaks.
Yeah. USDA's 2026 cattle inventory report, which revealed the total U.S. cattle and calves herd grew to 94.2 million head, marking the first mid-year over year increase since 2018. Increased replacement heifers increased by 100 to 200,000 head, indicating ranchers are starting to hold back females for breeding rather than sending them to market.
Awesome.
This is what we need. This is what our
means they're getting a little more per head too, if they can hold a few back.
You know, one of our key listeners around here, and one of my friends is comes from a cattle ranching family, and just I'm glad to see this work for them. We need to control our own meat herd for sure.
I've heard people call things ranches that were, in my opinion, a small farm. We never called what we had a ranch, but we had enough cows that we raised our own beef. And so we never ran out, because came time we'd slaughter another yearling. And we always had beef.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, it is. So we didn't have enough to sell, but that's still a pretty good way to do it. So, at that level, you're probably not making any money at all off your cattle. But
a couple of years ago, we had a young cow that we fattened up over until it was about 14, 15 months old. My daughter wanted to name it. I'm like, you can't name what you're going to eat,
Yeah.
Anyway, wound up naming it T-bone or ribeye or something like that. And she's like, why are we going to name it that? I'm like, because that's the best steak you can eat. And, okay, you see this picture? It's a deer looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is fun. This is from Old School Eddie.
Old School Eddie.
Old School Eddie.
I don't know who that is.
Hunters are prohibited from using trail cameras in Arizona and Nevada, while states including Alaska, Colorado, Idaho, Kansas, Montana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, and Utah prohibit or limit trail cameras with wireless transmission capabilities.
So you have to go out and pull the SD card out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of these states, however, have what?
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
Yeah.
Liberals.
You got it. Flock cameras. So you can't manage your deer herd with cameras, which anybody that is truly into the hunting, we're more conservationists than anything. We feed the herd, we manage the herd, we grow the herd. Hunters
are more conservation than
you
liberals.
can see. I mean, I've got a bunch of these around, and and I promise you, I watch a lot more than I kill each year. However, I process my own meat. My family does. We eat a lot of deer. We eat a lot of, if I have people over to grill, a lot of times it will be deer burgers. I mean, it's what we eat.
Yeah.
But you can't manage your deer herd or take pictures of them, but they can take a picture of you driving down the interstate.
There's an app called Flock Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I downloaded it before I came back from Louisiana. You can actually put your route in, and it gives you a route. If you say, protect my privacy, it reroutes you so you don't get within 150 or 300 feet of a flock camera. For me coming home, it would have, I think, instead of 4 hours, it would have been 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Not bad, really.
Yeah, just a couple of times I had to get off the interstate and get back on.
We know
Basically. Flock Hopper.
our buddy Brandon's big on that around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Has he been on here? I was going to suggest it if he hadn't.
Yeah, we'll get him back on here.
I have something.
Yeah, go.
Our former SREC committee woman, Kristen Bentley.
Yeah.
She's on Twitter. She ran, she won a second term, and then decided she wanted to
be a mom.
A little more free time to herself. Yeah, be a mom. She has a 10-year-old son. He's cool. But she's on Twitter, and she's kicking it on Twitter.
Is she?
Yes. If hold on, I had her pulled up a minute ago.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
Give her the old follow.
Yeah. So somebody is talking about, she got, I think it was HB 900. Is that what it was that they passed? I believe that's what it was, to get porn out of school libraries.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody said, was talking about her, that there's no state law banning any specific books, blah, blah, blah. And she says, imagine being an elected member of the State Board of Education and not understanding Texas education law. So that's how she started off on that one. I mean, she's
dynamo, man.
She is. One of her sayings is, "War is fun," and she's fighting a war against sexualization of children.
Good.
And she
good.
Yes, and she loves what she does. So she's not an SREC anymore. I don't know if she's still going out speaking. She wants to come back to the Bowie County Patriots, but she wants to rest. And I don't know what that means. I don't know how long it takes to rest.
Yeah.
I support her however she wants to do it. If it's next week or if it's 10 years from now. Geez, I hope it's not 10 years from now. But either
we'll
way,
have upgraded the studio by then.
Oh, that'd be cool.
In the works.
Yeah. But anyway, she's worth following, and it's easy to find. I think her Twitter handle or X handle is Bentley, Bentley, the number 4, and then the word Texas. Or you just find Kristen Bentley, and she is wearing, hold on. Well, looks like she's wearing a blue denim shirt. I remember that picture. Yeah, blue denim shirt. That I might have made that picture for her when she came and spoke at our group. I don't remember. I remember talking to her about it.
Right.
And then the background picture is her and her husband.
Awesome.
Yeah, with a dreamy landscape behind them. But look, follow her on Twitter.
Bentley,
here's one.
Texas.
So she is. So people were protesting from the Alamo about abortion and choice, things like that. And I think that some of the pro-choice people, pro-life people were being told to move along, or maybe even threatened with arrest. And it's a perfect thing for the flock camera. If you're not doing anything wrong, there's nothing to be afraid of. Well, I'm afraid of who gets to choose what's right and wrong.
That's right.
She wrote, too many assume those in power will always define wrong fairly, enforce the law impartially, and respect your rights. History tells us otherwise. So does this. And she's talking about this bogus crap going on at the Alamo. Mm-hmm. We saw that in Fort Worth recently, where someone said, if they say that you're annoying them, I have to arrest you.
Yeah, they copped it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then they followed up with it. You had Ed Varso on here, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, Law Enforcement Charitable Foundation. It's helping the cops with grants with no strings.
He got here late. You got to town late.
That's right. Yeah. Well, he called the Fort Worth Police Department. He lives nearby. He used to be chief of police out in California, and he said, y'all kind of messed up. They go, yeah, we want to get this right. But the final press release on it was, we communicated that poorly. No, you didn't. You tried to infringe someone's rights, and you're pretending it's okay.
We have to be diligent in the fight for our rights.
We do.
And not just the right to party. All right, I'm going to switch gears on you again.
I'm hungry.
I am too. We're about through.
Take your time.
Back to Grandpa's free advice.
Yeah.
California Democrat mayor just quit.
Grandpa'sFreeAdvice.com.
Yeah, well, I don't know about .com,
I'm just saying.
but
You could do that.
on X. California Democrat mayor just quit after admitting she was a Chinese communist agent. Eileen Wang, mayor of Arcadia, stepped down after striking a plea deal and admitting she had acted as an illegal foreign agent for the Chinese government, spreading Beijing's
Admitted
propaganda.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, are you a spy? No. Are you sure? Okay.
I am.
I am.
All right. Steve, I think we've covered some good things on here today.
I can't tell.
Let's see.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Here's an article on liberal white women, but I just don't feel like being aggravated. Let's. They are the most dangerous voters in the country.
There was I saw a video on Facebook, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you probably saw it too.
Maybe.
When someone types in, I'm alone with a Hispanic. Hispanics just like anybody else. It's okay. I'm alone with a Muslim. Well, that's okay because Muslims are people and you shouldn't expect anything. You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
They have a few traditions. You don't want to, maybe find out about that. I'm alone with a black person. Well, black people. I mean, there's no reason to be any alarm.
Yeah.
I'm alone with an Asian. Well, Asian is a race and there's nothing. I mean, there's
Not a
no
problem.
reason to be alarmed. I'm alone with a white person. If you feel unsafe, call this number.
Call now.
Yeah. And so what about I'm a white person and I'm alone? Here's the suicide prevention hotline.
Just a wild.
Yeah. So, and
Wow.
I'm not a white woman. I could be if I just decided
you
to tell
choose
people
to
I
be,
was.
yeah.
So the lady, what was the lady's name that killed her own children?
Remind me to tell you what I told somebody about that the other day. It's hilarious. I
Okay.
just can't say it on here.
Right. Be careful. So this lady killed 3 of her own children,
Yeah.
and there's women outside.
Not hilarious.
Not hilarious.
No.
She's it's horrible. And there's women outside the courthouse protesting on her behalf. So all these women that say, you know what, I'd rather meet a bear in the woods than a man. Yeah, it's the same women that are showing their support for a woman who killed 3 of her own children.
Let me tell you this before we go.
Yeah.
As someone who has ran into a bear in the woods 3 or 4 times in my life,
Yeah.
like literal bear.
Yeah.
One time,
And it wasn't planned.
no, one time I was on a horse in Colorado. One time I was on a golf cart in the mountains of Arkansas. One time we were looking for a deer on foot in the mountains of Arkansas.
Yep.
And one time I was in my truck driving to check deer feeders in the mountains of Arkansas. And one time I was walking up to a coyote that had been shot. And
I think you said 4
yeah, okay,
times,
so
that's 5.
turns out more than she's a bear
Probably-
magnet.
You might have repressed a few of them.
Yeah, I guarantee it would have. It is not better to find a man in the woods than a bear. Like that,
Wait, not better to find a bear, not better to find. Wait,
not you would
There's too
rather
many
see a
bears.
man
yeah.
anyway.
Well,
All
I've
right.
seen men. I haven't seen bears that often. So
Well, if you do, you'll know it, and it's not fun.
what we need to do here is I've actually tweeted it, or X'd it, whatever. Liberal white women are outside the courthouse supporting Lindsay Clancy, who strangled her 3 children. And I shared that on Twitter, and I said we need a campaign to help these people remember to vote November 4th.
It's just aggravating.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah. I was looking up Kristen's.
Twitter.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here, Steve. I appreciate you coming. It's good to have you back. We missed you around here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here.
It's not that he didn't invite me; it's that I was out of town.
Yeah, so he's too good for us.
Well, he didn't invite me when I was here.
That's true. All right, everybody. You're going to see this starting on Friday. Have a good weekend or a good week whenever you pick this up, and I hope God blesses each and every one of you.
Amen.